community seems very excited about your keynote speech, all the sessions for today. How do you feel, and what stood out for you?
I'm tired. It's been a long few months. We've had a lot of build up to the summit. This is really something for the community, and this is something for everybody who's part of Cardano, all of our partners, people who are working on the protocol, people who want to use the protocol to do real things. We've been building the project in stages, and it's frustrating because it takes time and it takes effort, and there's setbacks, and sometimes things aren't as fast as we'd like them to be. But on the other hand, we kept our principles, and we've managed to do really amazing things. 40 papers, more than 20 gone through peer review. We're #1 for GitHub commits. We have 2 independent teams working on the protocol. One that's very pragmatic and fast-moving, very French, writing a Rust implementation of the protocol, and then the other is the principled, slow, methodical Haskell side that's really getting things right. And they're all both learning from each other. We've written more than half a dozen formal specifications. We have open source stake pools that are available. The Tangent partnership's great with the Cardano cards that we saw here. A lot of great announcements from EMURGO that are coming soon. A lot of great announcements from the foundation. So it's a much more mature ecosystem than it was even just 6 months ago. And if we keep this momentum, I think we really are going to be the best in class, the leader of all cryptocurrencies very soon.
Did you prepare your speech?
I did. So what happened was that I wrote 2 different slide decks, and I had conjunctivitis the week before, so I couldn't see out of my left eye, and I was kind of going back and forth of what to do. And then this morning I looked at both slide decks, and I said, I want to do something a little bit more natural. So when I walked into the conference center, I saw the banners, and they were sitting outside, and I said, it'd be fun to do something walking through the banners and kind of pushing them over as I go through. Let's see where that goes. So I kind of winged it like that, and it was a lot of fun. I hope everybody else enjoyed it.
It was effective.
Okay.
And what's happening with the roadmap, the website?
Yeah, the roadmap website is due for a significant overhaul, and I felt that it would be important to have the engineers directly work on that. One of the problems that we had previously was that the roadmap website was really a product of the project management team at IOHK, but the engineers really didn't feel accountable with that. They didn't have ownership of it, and so as a consequence, we'd have dates and release cycles and percentages that, while they looked right and while the project managers could try to justify them, the developers never really bought into them. So to us, it was a lot more important that we actually get accurate estimates, and we try to have things be a bit more iterative. So for example, on the Haskell Wallet backend side, every week we get a weekly update, and we're starting to also get a weekly update from the Rust side, and we'd like to just do that for every part of the system. So instead of having these big monthly updates where we try to say, hey, look at all these new things, you can just iteratively see progress every week for different things. And then every now and then we can get a bit better at forecasting, for example, when a testnet is going to launch and other things are going to launch. For example, we really wanted to have the Shelley testnet available for the summit. We almost got there. We're extremely close to it. And Vincent actually worked himself near to death. They all went to Hong Kong. They actually were staying with EMURGO Hong Kong at your sister company's offices, and they were working the weekends. They weren't sleeping much. They put probably a good 100-hour week every week for an entire month, all 7 of them together. But they didn't just quite get there. They were almost there. So that's frustrating, but we're now close enough that I think that things are going to be, especially the second half of the year, much more methodical, much more organized, and I think we'll get very accurate estimates. Furthermore, we're actually just going to start seeing cascading releases. So instead of like one major thing every 3 months, you'll see parallel things being released every time something comes out. And also certain streams are colliding with each other, like Goguen is colliding with Shelley, as I mentioned in my presentation earlier today. So smart contracts are actually coming quite soon, and Atala is now out. It's now going to be a public framework, and EMURGO can use it, other people can use it, and now we can go take it on tour, and it's getting pretty close to production grade. So it's going to be really fun to see what pilots we can do and turn those out to be commercial ventures.
That's awesome. And there's some recent things that you were tweeting about too, the Udemy course and Plutus.
Marlowe and Plutus, they've already released. I think we have 1,500 students in one and almost 2,000 students in the other. We have a book coming out with Plutus actually in July. And actually we had somebody from O'Reilly tell us that we could have an O'Reilly programming book for Plutus as well if we want to do that. So there's going to be a lot of educational materials. We actually hired some new people for the education group just to work exclusively on these things. So the second half of this year, there's going to be tons of developer training materials and a lot of materials to explain basically what is Cardano. We'll see if we can convince Andreas to write a Mastering Cardano with Lars, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Wow. Sounds like exciting things upcoming.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And by the way, I'd like to mention, EMURGO's been doing some great work. Yoroi 1.5 was just an amazing product. I think everything is like 50% better or more.
Yes.
And just the release cycle of Yoroi is so aggressive, yet they just keep killing it. So it's really exciting to see that and say, wow, when our partners start doing things faster than us, then kind of kicks us in the ass. We have to really push ourselves.
In a good way, yeah.
Exactly, in a very good way. So keep up the good work. It's great to see you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.